We'll call the regular city council meeting of May 8th, 2025 to order at 7:01 PM. Please rise and recite the pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I will now call the roll call. I have Mrs. Conley. She's not here at this time, so she may appear at some point. Mr. Gross. Here. Mr. Marvel. Here. Mr. Maxon. Here. Mrs. Rudy. Here. Lisa is out. She is on vacation this week. And Mrs. Reese is here. I would now entertain a motion to excuse the absent members. Is there a motion? A second? Okay. Let's see. Is there any discussion? No? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? 5-0. Moving on to public comment. The council welcomes and encourages the public to speak during the public comment and public hearing portions of the agenda. However, council policy is to hear the public comment, not to act on the public comment at this time. Concerns brought before the council during the public comment portion of the agenda will be referred to the city manager for action. If, after communicating with the city manager, no resolution is reached, the concern will be elevated to the mayor and then eventually to the city council for action. Those citizens wishing to speak on agenda and non-agenda items will be allowed a maximum of 4 minutes each to address their concerns. This is the only time during the council meeting that citizens are allowed to address the council. Please state your name and address for the record if you would like. Are there any members of the public that would like to make a public comment?
Main Street. On behalf of the CBDT, I want to remind we have the spring cleanup May 16th and 17th. Looks like we're going to have a pretty big group. CTA is bringing quite a few people. Then we have a few other volunteers that have signed up. There's still room for more. There's always lots to do. June 21st, the City Springs Renaissance Fair. It's looking like it's going to be another big group. We've got over 20 signed up vendors and 3 or 4 of them that are inquiring about extra details, and quite a few entertainers, more interested than what we can hire, but hey, looking for a good summer.
Thank you, Perry. Are there any members of the public on Zoom that would like to? I don't see any. No? All right, very good. Hearing no additional public comments, I will move on to the public hearing. I will now open the public hearing on the 2025-2026 budget. Are there any public comments? No. Any public comments on Zoom? No. Okay. Mrs. Falcon and Mrs. Landon, do you have anything to add? No. Okay. Council, any questions, comments? All right, I will now close the public hearing on the 2025-26 budget. Moving on to the adoption of the agenda. All right, are there any additions or corrections needed to the agenda?
Unfortunately, there are. Sorry. Well, good news. We can scratch the executive session at the end of the meeting tonight. That is no longer needed. And if we could move 6D, which is motion to approve resolution 2025-07, a resolution to establish the millage rates for the real and personal property in the city of Cedar Springs for the fiscal year 25-26. If we could move that to 7D under action, then In your packet was detail for 6M, but it didn't make it to the agenda. So add 6M, which is a professional services contract from our city engineers, Fishbeck. They have brought to our attention a CDBG grant that we would like to apply for to redo 3 blocks of Oak Street, similar to what we're doing on Ash, water, sewer, all the infrastructure underneath, and then repavement on the top. It would be a 26-27 fiscal year project. So this is the professional services grant for them to do the work, the engineering work for that project.
Anything else? Okay. I would entertain a motion to adopt the agenda as amended.
Mayor, I'll make that a motion.
Is there any discussion? All right, we're gonna do a roll call on that. Mr. Gross,
Yes.
Mr. Marvel,
Yes.
Mr. Mattson,
Aye.
Mrs. Rudy. And Mrs. Race says yes on that, so 5-0 on that. Moving on to the consent agenda. Are there any questions or amendments for the consent agenda? No? I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Is there any discussion on this one?
With the except, we gotta add item M to that too. In the
Oh.
motion, right?
Yep, and I
Okay.
think that's, oh yeah, so that's, yeah, that was the, well, the M is not action, or is it?
No.
That was consent agenda.
Okay. The other one was,
Which is action.
what about the other one? The added the 6M, that's just on the consent agenda then. Okay. So, are we good? Okay. Okay, good. Is there any discussion? All right, we'll do a roll call on this one too. Mr. Gross,
Yes.
Mr. Marvel,
Yes.
Mr. Maxon,
Yes.
Mrs. Rudy,
Yes.
and Mrs. Race says yes. That is 5-0 on that one. Action items. Motion to approve resolution 2025-10, a resolution to award the bid for the 2025 document archive and digital content management. Mrs. Falcon, would you like to begin the discussion?
Yeah, I'll start and then maybe I'll turn it over to the clerk. So we've put an RFP out, we've secured a couple bids. Really, the clerk and deputy clerk have done all the groundwork on this. It is definitely needed. We have gone through several boxes upstairs. We still have several more to do, but instead of moving boxes that we don't need to, if we can digitize some of the files, that will be our permanent record. As far as recommending and the details of that, I'd like to throw it over to the city clerk for additional details.
You guys kind of are familiar with this project. We're looking at digitizing all of our historic records that have not been kept in a organized fashion. So it's a kind of a twofold situation. We're looking to organize those documents so we can more readily make them available for FOIAs and to the general public, and then the availability to staff as well. It's hard to know what's up there if it's not organized well. So that's a piece of it. So it's a piece of a digitization and then also the organization and the continued use of those records as well. We did solicit several bids. We were pleased to recommend Ameriscan with Laserfiche ICC as the option for the digital content management. We were able to demo all of the different products for the companies that had submitted bids. And we were pleased to know that the solution that they were providing to us would be effective for what we need now and also could be expanded upon in the future for future uses beyond just record retention. So we were looking for some added features and we were able to hopefully bring those to you guys in future projects. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have as well.
I just know it's gotta be a lot of work, and I'm glad I don't have to do it, so.
Just happen to know why the numbers between the two companies, because the third one's crossed out. Why is one 225,000 and one's 100,000? Like, what's the difference? Why are they so much higher?
Combination of different things. So with the applied imaging bid, they outsourced their scanning to a different company. So that may be one of the reasons why you see increased costs because they're outsourcing that piece of it.
Seem to
Contracting that out, whereas Ameriscan is the scanning company and they're outsourcing the digital content side of things.
That is a big difference.
It's a major
Right,
difference.
so it's a
Yeah,
lot.
I was kind of looking.
Way
at
off.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Then the third one was kind of
Yeah,
middle. They're
yeah.
at 150. So
Yeah, yeah.
They withdrew their bid, so we can't consider that, so.
sure.
Okay,
Well, as long as what you guys want, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah.
I trust that you guys asked everything you needed to, so. Okay, council, would council like to make a motion on that?
I will make a motion to approve resolution 2025-10, a resolution to award the bid for the 2025 document archive and digital content management.
Second? Okay. There has been a motion and a second to the motion to approve resolution 2025-10, a resolution to award the bid for the 2025 document archive and digital content management. Any discussion on this? We'll do a roll call on this. Mr. Gross,
Yes.
Mr. Marvel,
Yes.
Mr. Maxon,
Yes.
Mrs. Rudy.
Yes.
Mrs. Race says yes. That's a 5-0.
I guess I did have a question, but once this is completed, is this something we can automatically file into? Or do we have to continue to go to these folks to have it done?
So we can move forward however we would like. We can scan them ourselves, which I anticipate we would do in-house moving forward, with the exception of some of our large format drawings, things that we aren't able to scan here in-house. So we could potentially send some of those types of, drawings, site plans, to have them digitize them. But I would anticipate that we would scan or either just save digitally those files into the system.
Apologize for waiting. I was thinking about it. I think, they've already addressed it, but I just had to know. So, okay.
Very good. All right, let's move on to action B. Motion to approve resolution 2025-09, a resolution to adopt the 2025 fees and charges for municipal services. Ms. Darla.
Well, this is a document that we refer to quite often, and we can amend it at any time during the year, but this is kind of preparing for the next fiscal year. So this will take effect July 1, 2025, moving forward. All department heads look at their own sections and submit their requests. So this is kind of a collection of everything at this point to start July 1st.
Council would someone like to make a motion for this?
On a roll, Mike.
2025-09, a resolution to adopt the 2025 fees and charges for municipal services.
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? No? All right, roll call again. Yeah. Mr. Gross,
Yes.
Mr. Marvel,
Yes.
Mr. Maxon,
Yes.
Mrs. Rudy. Yes. And Mrs. Race is yes, 5-0. There's a motion, there has been a motion and a second to, approve resolution 2025-09, a resolution to adopt the 2025 fees and charges for multiple services. Okay, So we're on to C. Motion to award Heart of Cedar Springs project to FCC Construction for a fall 2025 project, or Boltzma and Associates for a spring 2026 project, and allow the city manager to sign the notice of award for the contractor chosen. Ms. Falcon.
So we put this project out to bid. This is the Michigan Natural Resource Trust Fund grant that we secured probably 2 years ago now. Put it out to bid. We received 6 bids, and within the bid, we gave the contractors an option for a fall 2025 project or a spring 2026 project. Starting with the fall 2025 bids, Nugent Builders was the low bid at $558,000. However, we can eliminate that bid because they will not honor the liquidated damages part of the contract. We can't accept a contractor who will not honor liquidated damages. So that puts the second low bid for the fall at FCC Construction at $580,622. The total budget, we received a $300,000 grant from the trust fund. We're matching that with $300,100. So $600,100 is the total budget. Their bid is $580,622, almost $20,000 less than the budget. And that they would start August 1st, 2025, and they would have to be done by October.
End of October.
I don't remember the exact date, but
No. Red Flannel is in.
we've already met with Red Flannel and told them this project is probably coming. They've already planned to move this, so the restroom facility would be where they're typically have the beer tent. They're planning to move the beer tent to the west side of the White Pine Trail, which they've already checked it out. They're all set to go there. The alternative is Baltzma and Associates for a spring 2026 project. And their price is $558,000. However, my recommendation is the fall with FCC Construction. And the reason is August to October is the perfect time to do a project in that location. We've been waiting, I think we originally applied for this grant probably 4 years ago. Didn't make it the first time, were awarded the second time, and then the legislature didn't fund this grant. We had to wait for the legislature to be elected and reconvene and amend the budget. A spring of 2026 construction project of this size, March 2026, we could still have 3 feet of snow on the ground. We have no idea. And there's a timeline. It has to be completed by, there's a drop dead date for grant funding. I don't want to jeopardize not getting the grant funding by not having the project completed on time. It's just too risky for me to wait for spring 2026. For the grant is the end of September 30, 2026 is the end of the state's fiscal year.
It was September, you said?
We start in March. We've got snow. They don't start till May. I don't know. That's just risky to me, but whatever it is a little bit more cost savings. But the $580,000 is almost $20,000 under the budget.
And if we do wait, prices change too. I don't know if they lock that
Well-
amount in.
They're saying they could do the project for $558,000 as described, but there could be change orders in any project.
Basically, it's difference of 22,000. You can either wait, save 22,000, or risk losing 300,000.
Well, let's make a motion and second that, and then we can go into discussion if we need to. Who would like to make a motion for that? Michael? Okay, good.
would like to make a motion to award Heart of Cedar Springs project to FCC Construction for a fall 2025 project or Boltzma and Associates for a spring 2026 project, and allow the city manager to sign the notice of award for the contractor chosen.
So you need to specify which one you're making a motion for, fall 2025 or spring 2026. Which one would you,
I guess that'd be hard if, yeah,
Yeah.
because we kind of want to discuss it, so I guess.
Just pick one and we can
Yeah.
discuss.
Okay. Then, all right. I would like to make a motion to award the Heart of Cedar Springs project to FCC Construction for a fall 2025 project.
Motion.
All right, who would like to second that?
I'll second it.
Oh, sorry, Gary. Any discussion on that? No, we don't have any.
I think the logic is correct. I believe that is very sound thinking. I would hate to waste the time, the effort, and the monies that would be spent if the lapse is gonna fall on us and we lose the grant, so,
I think it's exciting too. I think we've waited long enough and to see action during the summer. I know it kind of just shuts off that area or whatever, but people are walking around and they're able to see what's going on, and I think it's just a good time for it as well, so.
Just from the sheer practicality of construction, August through October is, like you alluded to, much, much better than April to, yeah.
I'm just thinking like just not on the money side necessarily. I mean, it's kind of be a little bit of a burden for Red Flannel though. I mean, like we talked about. I mean, you're gonna have a construction site and thousands of people come into town. Is it gonna be fenced off? Is it?
absolutely, absolutely. Yep, all construction sites have to be. What's that?
Kids aren't gonna climb the fence and run a bulldozer somewhere?
August 1st. September, 2 full months. I mean, they could have the restroom facility
Moving at least.
completed, but
Nugent is putting their foot down and saying we're not.
honor the liquidated damages.
I think somebody also kind of alluded to that there actually may be benefit for people coming into town, seeing something going on, something
Yeah,
new,
it's-
something, yeah.
They know how active we are now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, anything else? Okay. All right, there has been so we can, the motion has been.
Mike, supported by Jerry, yeah.
Yeah, okay. There has been a motion and a second, to a motion to award Heart of Cedar Springs project to FCC Construction for a fall 2025 project and allow the city manager to sign the notice of award for the contractor chosen. We're gonna do a roll call on that. Mr. Gross,
Yes.
Mr. Marvel.
Is this for FCC construction?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, yes.
All right. Mr. Maxon,
Yes.
Rudy,
Yes.
Mrs. Race. Yes, 5-0. Okay. We are on 7D, motion to approve resolution 2025-07. A resolution to establish the millage rate for real and personal property in the city of Cedar Springs for the fiscal year of 2025-2026. Ms. Falcon.
So this one is, if we could have, if we could amend resolution 2025-07 to correct the library millage rate. It was discovered after the fact. What we had in the original resolution were the rollback determines the maximum allowable millage rate, and we didn't take the right numbers. So if we could amend the resolution to maximum millage rate permitted by the Headley rollback for the library combined is 1.1955 mils. Do we know what the other number was?
One point 2087 originally, which was the millage that was charged last year. So they intended to keep it the same, but we couldn't keep it at that amount because it exceeded the max that we could charge based on the Headley Road.
Does that make sense?
So,
Is there a page in the packet?
what just happened right now?
Assessor closes March board review. There's a calculation done that determines the maximum allowable millage rate that can be levied for the city general fund, the library, the refuse pickup, so on and so forth. We accidentally picked last year's millage rates, plunked it in the resolution at 1.2087. We need to amend that down to 1.1955 for the library.
So, do we need that motion repeated as an amended? And then,
Motion to modify resolution 2025-07 to levy the maximum millage rate permitted by Headley Rollback for the library for a combined 1.1955 mils.
so we want to have someone make that motion?
I will make that motion as presented by the city manager.
Nicely done.
Oh, you do?
I would second that motion if nobody else has.
All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to restate this. Okay, good, that'd be great. Is there any discussion on this number thing? Okay, good. Let's do a roll call vote. Mr. Gross?
Yeah.
Mr. Marvel?
Yes.
Mr. Maxon?
Yes.
Mrs. Rudy? Mrs. Race says yes, and that's passes by 5-0. All right, we're on to, let's see.
Second motion we need, now that the resolution has been amended, we need to approve the whole resolution as amended.
Is what I'm gonna read right now, correct? Is that the one that's the motion to approve resolution 2025-07 as amended? A resolution to establish the millage rate for real and personal property in the city of Cedar Springs for the fiscal year of 2025-2026. Okay.
Make that motion to
Do
do that.
Second it, all right. Second. And do we have any discussion on this? One, anyone? Okay, we'll do a roll call vote again. Mr. Gross.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Marvel.
Yes.
Mr. Maxon.
Yes.
Mrs. Rudy. And Mrs. Race says yes, so that's passes 5-0. Okay, see no discussion items, we'll move on to communications. Are there any questions or comments regarding the communications? There's no discussion, that's good, okay. Moving on to the department reports, city manager.
Just a couple more things to add to I already have a small list in the packet there. I want to welcome our new employee, Cassie. She is our utility billing clerk. And congratulations to Carrie Rodwell, who is now our deputy finance director. So a lot of training going on at City Hall. I don't know if you've noticed on Main Street, Redbird, they've been approved for an outdoor seating area. That's what they're working on. Tables to come, and the city approved that outdoor seating, and they have, I think they've secured, they were waiting for the Liquor Control Commission because they do serve alcohol inside. So if their customers are in that seating area, they do need special permission to serve alcohol out there. So, but they're working on that. That'll be exciting this summer to see people sitting out there. Concerts at the amphitheater are almost lined up. We will have 3 in June and 3 in July. Don't know the full lineup yet, but when we know that, we'll be sure and announce them and announce them every week as they happen. Been working a lot lately with code enforcement on just some tough issues here and there around town. People just not wanting to follow the rules, so we're trying to be as kind as we can and work through them, but it does take time. The title work came back on current city hall. We have a clean title, so I started yesterday securing some quotes for an appraisal. So. that-
Okay. No, okay. We're gonna move to the Department of Public Works. And so it looks, at this time, we have Tanya and the hydrant flushing video. So, to Tanya, her video.
So we're doing me or the video first?
Whatever you want.
Okay. So we've been actually kind of busy. We got the brackets hung up on Main Street for the flower baskets. Turned the water on at the cemetery, opened up Heritage Park restrooms again. Got the salt unloaded out of our plow trucks. Got the banners up downtown. Everybody's getting ready for the Ash Street project, which obviously has started already. And staking's up in the development again. And we started mowing. That's all I have, but I mean, we've been pretty
Hold on.
busy.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Russ Johnson. I work for the city of Cedar Springs. Today we're talking about hydrant flushing. I have 24 years of water system experience and love working in this field. I'm relatively new to the city of Cedar Springs, but I bring a lot of general water system knowledge with me to serve you. Today we're talking about something important that impacts all water users for the city of Cedar Springs, and that is hydrant flushing. So what is hydrant flushing? This is a water system cleaning event. It is accomplished by opening our fire hydrants in a particular order to let water flow out at a high velocity. This high velocity scours the insides of the water mains to clean them out and to make sure that everything is working properly. Here's why it is necessary. It removes built-up materials and sediment that settles inside the water pipes, helps maintain water quality by keeping the system clean. It tests hydrants to ensure that they are in good working order in case of a fire. During flushing, you might notice a few things. A drop in water pressure. This should be temporary. Discolored water, so avoid washing whites as much as possible. Water running along the curb or down storm drains. These are all to be expected and are considered normal for any flushing event. What you will see coming from the hydrants during flushing. At the start, the water that is leaving the hydrant will be discolored from a light tea appearance to a deep red. This is the sediment and iron scale within the water mains being pulled out through the hydrant. Over time, the water begins to clear up as the sediment is removed. Eventually, it will run clear. The hydrant will be shut down and we will move on to the next one, repeating the process. We will be attending to each hydrant in the system over the course of the flushing event. When do flushes happen? Hydrant flushing is generally scheduled for 2 to 3 times per year. We always schedule this work at night to reduce the impact on our water users. While most hydrant flushing is scheduled and announced in advance, there are times when the water department needs to perform unscheduled or emergency flushing to include the following. After water main repairs or breaks. After water is pulled from hydrants to assist the fire department. And if there are any water quality problems reported by water users. We always do our best to make sure your water is as clean as possible. These flushing events are very important. We understand that this is an inconvenience, but it is necessary to maintain your water system, including the hydrants, all the mains, etc. Appreciate your understanding and support. If for any reason you experience prolonged water discoloration, please call City of Cedar Springs DPW Department. The phone number is 616-696-1330, extension 108. We appreciate cooperation with us flushing.
Very good.
So I did talk to Russ this afternoon. So he's been flushing every night since Monday night. Things are going extremely well. It's taking, several hours to run the water clean like he explained. We're going to continue and then continue next week as well, just to make sure we've got it all and we're good to go. So it's going well.
Do you even know how many hydrants we have?
Tanya, do you know how many hydrants we have? Over 100, 120 maybe?
I think there's like 220. I could be wrong. We're up there though. I know that for sure. Troy may know.
I like to throw a loop out there once in a while. Yeah,
I got a quick question, Tanya. Maybe somebody here knows it too. What kind of trees are those that are planted along Main Street that look really nice?
Oh, I don't remember. I know we just planted a few of them last year, but I don't remember what they are.
Yeah, no problem. I'm asking for a friend, so.
Sorry.
Where isn't it, Tanya?
What's that?
Blah.
Something pear, that's what I'll tell him.
We can find it
Oh.
and let you know. Yeah.
I think it is a flowering pear.
flowering pear. All right, we're on to law enforcement. Sergeant Paulson. Good evening.
Just two quick things for you. One of our 2 night shifters for Cedar Springs, Deputy Jackson, he was selected for a community policing assignment out in our East Precinct. So not sure when that's going to be effective. It's going to probably be within a couple of weeks. He's leaving us. He'll be missed, but the new Cedar Springs, one of our new Cedar Springs night shift deputies is going to be Deputy Nick Williams. He's new to the department. He comes from the corrections side, and he just finished his field training. So he's going to be starting with us here pretty soon. So welcome to him.
Yeah,
That's all I have.
thank you. Mr. DeLaw.
It's been a pretty good week, pretty good month. Everything's been pretty mellow, which is the way we like it. We have our new medic has finally got its state license. Kudos to Stacy and Greg for going through all the licensing process. That is quite lengthy, and they have changed a few things that's caused us some issues, but we've got it straightened out. I would assume here in the next probably 3-4 days, we will probably see Medic 6 in service, and then we will take Medic 5 out for repair. Go through there. That's really pretty much it.
Very good. City Clerk, Rebecca.
All right, busy month for the clerk's office. I did want to let everybody know that we will be having an August primary. We had 5 candidates file for 4 vacant seats. Our charter does require that if we have more than double file their petitions and affidavits of identity, that we would have to have a primary to reduce that number down to the number equal to twice the number of available seats. So those 5 candidates will be running off, and then the lowest the person who receives the lowest number of votes is eliminated. The remaining 4 would go on to the ballot in November, where 2 of those 4 would be elected. Let's see. In addition to that, Russ and I worked hard to work on getting communications on hydrant flushing out. We did the video, we had some emails, social media posts. We found that it was pretty successful. We've only had one person call here all week regarding, questions and concerns. So we're hoping that that was an effective way to get the message out to the community. Let's see. Thank you again for the approval of the digital management bid. That's going to be a lot of work for our department. However, it is going to be something that we can utilize now and into the future. So thank you for that. We've been very successful at the days that we've been close to the public in getting rid of the records that we can get rid of and organizing the records that we do have. So that way, when we begin this project, it'll be a smooth transition. And lastly, I just wanted to remind everybody of the special meeting planned for City Council. And that was planned for Tuesday, May 27th at 7 p.m. So if you could please mark that on your calendar.
All right. That's it. Finance Director, Treasurer.
Finance Director and Treasurer. Yes. So last week I completed my second year at Basic Institute. So that was exciting and good educational opportunity and networking opportunity to be around other treasurers in Michigan and learn from each other. And so it was another great experience. And next year will be my third year. So then after my third year, I will earn my MICPT, which is Michigan Certified Professional Treasurer distinction. So that'll be good to have that under my belt and also learn some things to go along with my position. I am currently working on the collection of delinquent personal property taxes, so that's been going pretty well. Been collecting a few of them, so just a few more to collect, and hopefully we'll have those cleaned up here soon. And just a heads up, at the next meeting in June, we'll have some fiscal year-end budget amendments. As we get closer to year-end, we got to make sure we're within budget for each department. So as we get closer to the end of the year, there's more things that come up that need to be amended. So yeah, we'll have a few of those in June, and yeah, then we'll be ready to move on to the next fiscal year.
Thank you. Anything from code enforcement? All right. Building inspection?
Nope. We didn't receive the report from PCI this month. We've been trying to put that in there so you can see the number of building permits. But, this packet went out, May 1st, so we didn't have the report yet. You'll see that next month.
Okay. Then we have board and commissions minutes. And then we have just, thank you for all of the department reports. At this time, we would like to move on to the council comments. Alice.
It's an exciting first year here. I can't wait to see what the summer brings. I love the summer anyway. And to see everything new, and it's going to be just exciting. So.
Good, thank you.
I think it was a great meeting and a lot of good discussion and great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good job. Yeah, you're sharp. at it.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, right. So yeah,
Thank
yeah, just thanks for city staff and all you guys do. So, yep, it's great. Love it. So,
you.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of second what Ms. Rudy said, that summer in Cedar's a great time of year. Got the blooming trees, got the people going to all the various downtown establishments. Things are gonna open up. We got the the concerts and the free movies going on at the Kennett. Summer's a great time to be in a small town, particularly Cedar.
Very much so. Thank you. Barry.
I will did almost everything that everybody else has said. Okay. My only concern is the high comments that Michael has given. And he's moving out of the area. I don't understand it. So, but it is, things are going well. I constantly hear about how smoothly things are working through the city now. I don't know why I hear about it, but people who come in here are really, really happy when they come in and they leave. So, and that's because of the entirety of the staff here. And great, okay, compared to what some of the things we had in the past, but appreciate y'all and looking forward to seeing what's coming.
Okay, I am, congratulations to Cassie, the new employee at the city hall. I happen to know her. So when I walked in, I was like, I know you. So that was very exciting. She's very sweet and I think she'll fit in very well here. Very excited that we had 5 people that want to be part of the city's action, having the city council here is so important, and to be able to hear other people wanting to be involved with the city is just very exciting. And it's probably because we have this wonderful staff. So truly appreciate all of your hard work. Congratulations on your 2nd year, Emily. And I think that's about it. So if there's nothing else, we can end the meeting at 7:46.